I have a confession to make. I have 132 items that I have to list. Hey YouTube, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Anita, also known as the Retired Millennial, over on Instagram and here on YouTube. What I'm going to do in today's video is share with you my process for getting things up and listed, and actually share some tips for each step of my system. So watch through until the end for each step. And after you source, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is take pictures of everything. At least that's what I do first. You can photograph. I highly recommend photographing when there's natural light. If you don't have natural light, then you're going to have to get yourself a ring light or something of that nature. I normally stick to natural light, which is a little limiting if you have a busy schedule, but hey, we're making it work. So let me show you all the things that I have already photographed. This is my photographed pile. There's a little bit of hard goods in here, like this Cabbage Patch vintage doll that I found that I think will do well. But anyway, let me show you the rest of the things that I have to list, all the hard goods. And the tools that I use to photograph are just my iPhone or my boyfriend's iPhone. And I also have a mannequin that I use for all of the clothing items that I list. You can definitely photograph clothing without a mannequin. If you have a white background with just like a hanger, that might work. Some people also buy some backdrops from like Amazon for like $7 that kind of look like wood, and you can just put your items on the ground that way with like a prop or something like that. I just find it simpler to have a mannequin, and it looks nice, so I do it that way. I was able to find my mannequin on the Facebook Marketplace after looking for some time, and I paid 50 bucks for it. That's like the typical price for even a brand new one. This one was made in France, and it's fancy, and it's really old, so that was actually a pretty good price for it. All right, so the second thing that I do after I photograph everything in good lighting is I weigh everything. After I weigh everything, I'm going to go ahead and put the items in kind of like buckets, and I'm using Facebook Marketplace parameters. So the first parameter is like 0.5 pounds and less. The next one is 0.5 pounds to a pound, and then it's 1 pound to 2 pounds, and then 2 to 5, and then 6 to 10. I kind of streamline this process by putting them into buckets. So not literal buckets, but just like piles, so that I know how much to charge for shipping. I will leave a link to the scale that I have in the description. It was very affordable and actually works very well. It's up to a 60-pound capacity with really precise measurements down to the ounce. So I definitely, and grams too. So I definitely recommend this one if you are interested. Go ahead and click that link. And this is not an affiliate link. I wish it was, but hey, just helping a fellow reseller out here. This pile here is under 0.5 pounds. This pile here going down to the floor is 0.5 to 1 pounds. This pile here is 1 to 2 pounds. And then this pile here is 2 to 5 pounds. This is a 0.5 pounds and under section. This is the 0.5 to 1 pound section. This is 1 pound to 2 pounds here, including this bag. And this up here is 2 to 5 pounds. And then these here are actually 6 pounds for all three of them. So I'm gonna try and do this one locally here. It's like a cat home play thing. All right, so now that we have photographed everything, we've weighed everything and put it in its respective pile, there is one of two things that you can do. Since I have so many things, I am gonna do something a little different. So there's A or B options. So option A is if you have a little bit of things, what I normally do is just take pictures of the like grand pile of like sub piles and then reference that for my listings. But since there's so many, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to see all of the listings. What I might do is just keep the piles as is and just go ahead and start listing with them in front of me. So yeah. Let's go ahead and start listing. By the way, since I do want to make this video useful to you, you might be wondering, like, how can I list a good listing? So I'm going to go ahead and keep Facebook Marketplace in mind just because I think that if you are watching this video, you might be a beginner. So, and I think Facebook Marketplace is a great place for beginners to start. And I actually do have what I call an octopus method, and it's an 8-part guide for making a searchable list. So you don't have to pay for, boosting your listing. There's definitely ways that you can boost your listing organically, and I'm gonna tell you how. Not in this video, but I will go ahead and link the article that I've written on this below. And if I ever do come around to making a video on this octopus method, I will go ahead and link that up here. So I'm really not sure how long it's going to take me to list all of this. It usually takes me 1 to 2 hours to list like 25 things, and this is like quadruple that. So it might take the rest of the day. I might need a break and it might go into tomorrow. Alright, so for practical reasons, I'm going to go ahead and get into the next step. So once we've finished photographing our inventory in good lighting, then we went over to weighing everything and putting them into their respective categories, weight categories, and then we went ahead and listed them using that octopus method. And then the fourth thing that we're going to want to do now is store all of our belongings. I don't really have an efficient storage system because in the past most of my stuff has gone rather quickly and I haven't really had a high volume of inventory. But if you are looking for a storage system, I will recommend one that I've seen that I want to adopt myself. So for this you will need some shelves and some bins. So what people normally do is they will have a bin with a letter on it, so let's say A, and then another bin with B and then C, etc. And what they'll do after they finish photographing their image, weighing it and all of that, is they will go ahead and put it in a little plastic container and label it with a number. So you'd put that item in bin A, and then so on and so forth, right? And then in your listing, you would actually write where that item is going, so you can reference it quickly. I do want to show you just kind of the state of my storage currently. It's kind of a mess, and you definitely don't want to be like me in this regard right now, but let's have some fun and show you anyways.
This is my coat closet right when you enter I have usually all my books and anything fragile on the top shelf, and then have these little cubbies here. My boyfriend also shares the right side. I just got this new installation there, and on the left is some of my side with some of the more expensive clothing, usually with tags on or coats, and then some bags down there. This is my laundry room. It's kind of a mess right now. It's still needs to be organized further. There's lots of boxes just kind of hanging out. I have some things stored by sourcing trips. All that clothes is just sitting there that needs to probably be donated.
So that is a kind of behind the scenes sneak peek on where I keep some of my inventory. Obviously it's not optimal at the moment, but I kind of do know where everything is. But eventually, you know, I am getting more things than I can just keep all up here. So I am transitioning into that bin system that I referenced to a while ago, and I'll make a video when I have that system nailed down. My goal is to buy 266 items. I am currently at 181 items. I need 85 to go, which I think I can get in about 3 to 4 trips. There are 11 days left in the month, so I don't really like to, I like to just go up until the last Friday, the second to last Friday of the month. So I actually have a week to catch up. So I may or may not get there. We'll see. You're gonna have to stay tuned for the end of the month video, seeing how I did this month. If there was anything that you found particularly valuable and or entertaining, give this video a thumbs up. If you saw a glimpse of my baby Luna, go ahead and also give this video a thumb up. I appreciate your support, and I will see you next week for a Flip With Me series where I show you my thrift haul. That is part of my $0 to $1 million goal, where I buy random things and then flip them for a profit and invest the profit in the stock market. So would love to see you at the end. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to watch me reach my goal.